Okay, good afternoon, YouTube and Twitch. This is Harmony News, welcoming you to more Final Fantasy XIV. Well, it's happened. We killed Ravana yesterday. Not only did we manage to kill Ravana, we also managed to successfully get a run of Labyrinth of the Ancients done with the free company I'm a member of, the Crimson Reapers of Excalibur server. Now, before I get to the actual main story, I need to go check my free comp or my squadron. I'm trying to get them up to level 40 because you need to do the level 40 squadron quest to get your final rank upgrade to First Lieutenant. After all, ask anybody who's been an enlisted person in the military, there's no worse state of life than being a butter bar. Okay, so we need okay. And now back to it. We need to get to... Where do we need to get to precisely? Oh, right, Dravania. Oh, okay, so there's a quest up here. There's a quest that is up that's looking like it's going to be a job or a Aether Current quest. There's also one that is what's the term I'm looking for? If this is just going to be a Beast Tribe quest with the Dravanians, I'll be upset. Here's my potential. I sense a great power within you. Yes, you will make a suitable adversary. Our younglings must learn the hardships of battle. You will find them just beyond the tower. Go and hold nothing back. So you want me to go kill your children? Okay, I'll do it. While we're doing that, let me check something else. Again, despite my avid consumption of it, I would like people to know that here at Harmony News Productions, we are not In fact, sponsored by Mountain Dew. I wish. I wish I was large enough for them to care. You don't want this, pal. Yeah, you learned you don't want this. I don't understand. Man is not fit to battle with dragons. Nevertheless, I shall do as father asks. So, how's that not fit to fight with dragons shit working out for you, pal? How dare you do such a thing to Comgon? You may have beaten him, but your games end here. So, they're using me kicking their kid's ass to teach them humility. I find that sort of hilarious, really. What trickery is this? I will not let you make a mockery of me and my brothers. Okay. Whatever you say there, little dude. Right, that was when we were playing with our mounts last night. Let me go ahead and put my black chocobo back. You know, it seems foolish that I'm doing this when I could be doing the main story, but I really want to be able to fly. This place has some bullshit verticality, and I really don't want to have to deal with it. And yes, you see me in the queue for World of Darkness. I really want to have that queue filled out before 4.1 hits, so I'm actually able to be useful in that in the trial or alliance raid roulette. So the younglings have learned their place. Do not worry. My intention is not to foster ill relations, but to teach. The younglings grow too prideful, doubting the strength of men. But thanks to you, they now understand. Are you sure it was wise to have me do that for you, pal? Given that even most humans acknowledge that my character is something more than human almost. I mean, even other people possessed of the Echo are saying that there's something different about me. Of course, then there was Midgard Zormer himself saying that, remember, you were not gifted but chosen. Essentially implying that whatever is special about me is only because of Hydaelyn. One more quest about it in here, too. A hunter becomes the Quay. One of my men was attacked by a chocobo. You might think that's a common story, what with all the hunting we do. But I'm told this one was unnaturally big. Of course, in the end, size don't matter. You should hear my fiancé talk on that. We can't be having our quarry stalking us. That's why I'm planning to capture the beast before it harms any more of my men. I already know you're a reliable handler of the birds. That's why I need your help tracking it down. Think you can land old Marcia a hand one more time? If the prospect speaks your interest, best be start off by asking the leaders of my camps what they know of the monster. Come back and share your findings with me when you're done. So we're basically riding around to every single one of the camps again, padding out things again to get this quest, or to get this ether current. From the way I heard it, one of the hunters was attacked unprovoked and got knocked unconscious by a single kick. Ain't never heard of a chocobo doing that. I mean, they're quick, simple things I've done so far, but it all has amounted to busy work, really. Okay. Don't let these numbers fool you. This queue is probably never going to pop. People just simply aren't doing the crystal, aren't doing the 24-mans right now. But when the 24-man roulette happens, they will be, I guarantee you, because they're going to be putting up tombstones for it almost certainly. That bird ain't that bird ain't scared of us hunters. I can tell you that much. It's rare one of us comes away from an encounter with it unscathed. Actually, let's dispense with my normal trying to get into those and just do a classic 50-60 queue. You ain't ever seen a chocobo like this one. Monstrous it was, with a razor-sharp beak. See that cage there? Blasted chocobo pulled the door right off its hinges. Most like it was trying to rescue the bird inside. So we're dealing with the alpha. That ain't good. That don't sound good. Seems like that chocobo's stirring trouble all around the forest. While you were gathering information, I went out and checked the chaps that were set up around Tall Feather. Ain't nothing left of them but scattered straw and broken wood. Can't say we've ever dealt with a problem like this one. Might be that this chocobo is taking some kind of revenge on us hunters, and these acts are more of a means of provoking us. By all accounts, chocobo is stronger and more clever than the rest. I expect capturing it won't be a simple feat. and that quest leads into another. Huh. It'd really be kind of shitty if they made it the game require you to do quests that you haven't. How to properly express what I'm trying to say here. Be kind of shitty if the game made you do non-Aether quests to unlock the Aether quests. Well, anyway, we're going towards the main story now. And here we are making our way to speak to the person up here. Oh, this one does come with an ether current. Okay. Shall we be on our way to Annex Shrine then? I would not have the dragons think that we have forgotten our bargain. I keep expecting Estinian, as soon as we find Tracefelger, to instantly go murder, murder, mutilate. Of course, that just could be me being paranoid. Is that a way up? Are we potentially looking at a way up? Well, let's try it the Skyrim way. Nope. False alarm. We've got to go the long-ass way around. Now, it seems like this game, you might think this game is a bit of a long slog with me having done weeks and weeks of questing to get to where I am. But consider a few things. This is a game with a monthly subscription. If it didn't take a if it didn't take a while, or if you could get to maximum level and get through the story very quickly, what point would there be for people to subscribe for further months? Also consider, as long as it takes to get things done in this game, Final Fantasy XI, the first Final Fantasy MMO, was a lot worse and a lot more painful. I mean, there are a lot more things, even basic leveling in Final Fantasy XI, that after a certain point you were expected to be in a group at damn near all times. However, they didn't give the game a queue system like this game has, of Duty Finder. You had to actually go talk to people and find a group for something. And given how hard it's been to find groups for this when you have a in-game system in place for it, you can imagine how much time a lot of people just sat doing nothing, trying to find a group just to level. Thou art returned, little one. Hast thou abandoned thine ill-conceived contest with the Nath? Nay, my friend, we return in triumph. By Wilhelmina's hand was the beastman's god Lord Ravana laid low. In his overconfidence, the Primal swore to withdraw his followers from your lands in the event of his defeat, a promise we believe he will keep. The Nath shall trouble you no longer. The deity is slain, then. How dost thou contend with his biting blades? But the particulars matter not. Thou hast fulfilled thy promise, and I shall fulfill mine. Attend me, mortals. Hie you into the deepest reaches of the morn, and there you shall find Halo, the altar from which you may begin your ascent to the summit of Sohl. But be fairly warned. The minions of Nidhogg will not lightly suffer your presence on that sacred mount. By your struggles within the cavern shall I judge your party possessed of sufficient fortitude to proceed. We shall not disappoint you, Vidofnir. If memory serves, the Cavern of Morn is entered from the second floor of the central tower. Let us begin the climb. Well, we might have to be dropping 2 to do a story dungeon here. If that's the case, I won't be upset about it. And to quote to quote Still Alive, the ending is themed to the old classic Portal, we do what we must because we can. Oh, that's where they want me to go. Okay. This is where we want to be anyway, because this gets us to the last dragon corpse. Somebody killed a dragon. It wasn't us. Tyrannosaurus. Yeah, we're noping past you. Northwest, it says, which is this way. I'm not sure that we want to be going this way with all these Tyrannosauruses around. And here is our last Dravanian Forlands. Alright, you want to fight, you want to play, let's get nuts here. But you're not a Tyrannosaurus, you're something called a Vingaroon. Here is our last ether current, except for the quested one we're about to be doing. Oh, this doesn't look ominous at all, does it? No, no. This looks like two halves of a statue that one side was blasted into slag. Well done, little one. As promised, I shall open the way to Sohl's summit for thee and thy companions. Heed me now, children of man. The domain you seek to enter hath not seen visitors of your kind for nigh on 1,000 years. Though I freely grant your passage, your presence will not be welcomed. To my kin, this mountain is revered as a holy ground and resting place both. Were you the minions of Nidhogg during your ascent, for 'tis certain they shall take great offense to your intrusion. We are grateful for your warnings, gentle Vidofnir. My final words are for thee, Dragoon. Have care to keep the stolen power thou wieldest in check, lest it breed further despair. Estinian? The way is open. Let us not tarry here. A moment. Shall we blindly forge on, knowing the dangers that await us? Teoman himself is said to guard this peak. I fear not Nidhogg's consort. Any dragon foolish enough to bar our path shall feel the sting of my lance. Spoken like a true butcher! Need I remind you we are come to parley a peace? Let us be clear, heretic. 'Twas to save Ishgard and her people that I first lent my support to this doubtful venture, and 'tis for their sake I go now to speak with Hraesvelgr. But I have said nothing of Teoman. Should the opportunity to present itself to rid my people of one of their deadliest enemies, I shall take it. That is my duty as Azure Dragoon. You are beyond redemption. We will accomplish nothing by bickering. If we are to meet with Hraesvelgr, our path leads up the mountain. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict whenever possible. What other choice do we have? And both sides believe themselves justified. That's the sad truth of a long-standing war. Okay, well, we got to withdraw, even though we were getting close. Because we're doing clearly just one thing and one thing only. Sohl. This ought to go faster. Okay. We're just waiting on people. This could be anywhere from the 19 minutes it says to a little bit less to a lot longer. I miss having Misha around to queue with. But we aren't going to be seeing Krendo today. Krendo has has real life has popped up for him, which is perfectly understandable. That's cool. I'm not going to judge anybody else for actually having a life. Might show envy, but there's a difference between being envy. Well, yeah. Just waiting. You're going to deal with a lot of this as a DPS. This is why one of the original reasons I started out playing as a tank. So I wouldn't have to deal with this. But I refuse to play a tank right now. What with the whole, requirement by the player base, not by the devs, by the player base, of stancing and wearing DPS accessories. It makes no sense to me. I've always thought a tank's primary job is to keep the party alive, not to be dealing damage. I mean, dealing enough damage for your mechanics to work, that makes sense, but that's largely a matter of gear score than anything else. Even with full tank style accessories and such, I rarely had problems with aggro going up, except for at one short point when I was trying to do Hulk Manor as a Marauder before having Defiant Stance, before having my third move in my aggro generation combo. That was the only time and the only day I ever had problems as a tank. However, now that I'm starting to get into content where people expect you to do things that seem downright counterintuitive to me, I am not playing my warrior. Because I think what they expect people to do is just plain silly. And by they, again, I don't mean the devs. In the last a letter to the producer, he was outright saying that he didn't understand why people were purposely ruining their gear score just to have strength-based accessories on as tanks. And then with everybody bitching about tenacity simply, not being that effective, he was thinking that if they made it any more powerful than it was, that it'd be too effective. And that there were absolutely certain dungeons where you'd want as much tenacity as you could handle. Admittedly, I've been considering doing it again sometimes, if only for queue time issues like this, but let's be honest. This character was always intended to be a sword wielder rather than an axe wielder. And to be fair, there is always Dark Knight. Paladin, just no. While it fits, theming wise for my character, or for what I was intending for this character, I don't really like Sword and Board. When I played it back in the day, it felt boring. I was actually hoping Samurai would have been a DPS class because they wore some plate during FF11. I mean, they weren't a tank. They didn't have aggro generation. That was purely the warrior and the paladin. And in fact, then again, Final Fantasy 14 or 11 tanking was just kind of really silly. And just things I'd see, or one of the most common tanking setups was for a warrior to take, I think it was 37 levels of ninja as a sub job, and then for their main source of tanking use Utsusemi, the technique that allowed you to have attacks absorbed by the clones that it made. But they were maining warrior simply because of provoke, which again boggled my mind. I would say it feels too damned early to be up, but it's... What time is it? Oh my god, it's 1 in the afternoon. Woof. Right now, just waiting for a DP or a tank and a healer. If I was playing a tank class, I'd have already been in by now. But it says, okay, don't, oh, here we go. Okay, okay, out of nowhere. Let's get this done. Come on, healer, hit the button. Hit the button, healer. That's a good healer. Hit the button. Come on, you can hit that button. You're a good dude. You can do this. Come on, buddy. Hit that button. It's not that hard. All you have to do is hit ready. Because I know there's no damn way you're idle. Come on. I know you're not AFK there, healer. God damn it. And now I'm back in a fresh queue. Which was 18 minutes when I first started in the first place. And we are in. Okay, we have a Red Mage, a Dark Knight, an Astrologian, and me. Really, I'm going to need to get better gear, because I am really lagging at this point. You big boy? Okay, this is going to take a while. Yeah, I'm starting to think it's not my damage so much that was overpowered, but my gear. going to straight on and just killing at this point. Damage numbers I used to think were amazing, I'm taking for granted. Okay, never did this fellow before, so I don't know what to expect. Okay, so maybe this isn't one where we can kill the big thing. Okay. What do we have for here? Boots I can't use, and a ring I might be able to use. We'll need on that. Sky Warrior and Sky Wicca? Huh. Okay, we're not doing too bad. The hell's a Pyro Dragon? Oh, shit. You ain't messing around, are you, pal? What, you're running? You're running. Shit. This was a rather challenging fight, and kind of assholey of that dragon to pull all of that, all those on us. Holy crap! Okay. Okay. I have no clue what to expect here. A healer! dear. Well, our healer dropped in the middle of the fight. Oh, I'm down. Well, we got more loot. Let's see what we got this time. Stuff I don't need. Stuff I do not need. To a place called Betrayal. Okay. We're almost done here. Basically, it's boiling down to dragons, or most dragons don't like humanity in general and want to kill us simply for the crime of being here. Wow, I'm a lot more fragile than I remember. Good lord. I need to actually be mindful. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to actually having to pay attention. Okay. Well, you dead. Is that same Oh, Ergo Dragon. Help! Help! Okay, you got him. Oh. Okay. We gotta be close to the final boss now. This has been a 30-minute slog, but it feels like it's been earned every single bloody step of the way. And now who do we fight? That Teoman they were talking about in the story? Clear prisms and apple green dye. This is gonna be a hard one, isn't it? Oh shit. Don't tell me we're gonna have a wipe here. Oh, that hurt. That was actually rather painful. We'll give it to that Dark Knight. He's taking a forever to die. Okay, we got the tank here. We're just waiting for the DPS. We've been 30 minutes and we're only getting to our second fight against the boss. Doing better this time. I'm not eating attacks I don't need to. We got him now. We got this by the ass. Okay. Almost got you. Achoo! Achoo! I think I just got pants or something that I could wear. 50, 59. 33, 34. Right, right. Okay, well, now it's time for the story. So now I'm up to 2 of the crystals being reignited. This is a good thing. This is very good. Wilhelmina! It would seem Teoman was the last. I sense no other dragons nearby. You were saying something there, Chucklehead? What is happening? Nidhogg, he roars. He knows we are here then. His fury, it bleeds through the eye. Fear not, I am yet my own master. But that damned worm's wrath burns hotter than flame. Come, the heart of the dragon's homeland yet lies before us. Thus do we add another link to the chain of vengeance. O Saint Shiva, when will it end?
To the peak of Sohl, at the end of a perilous mountain path, whence could be seen a string of pearl-like islands floating impossibly atop a sea of clouds. To a domain where dragons and men had once lived in harmony, whose majesty no mortal eye had glimpsed for nigh on 1,000 years.
Well, I'm not exactly mortal, am I? The churning mists. Speak with Alphino. Well, no, this is absolutely a new area. Well, shit. We've reached it at last, the peak of Sohl. 'Tis said to be the highest mountain in all of Eorzea. You do know, or you know, I thought it cold in Kurthus, but the air here carries the chill of a dozen winters. Okay, so I've got Dravanian Forelands done. Harder to the east. Okay, Heavensward. Now that we've scaled the mountain, there remains the problem of finding Gracefelger himself. Is that the Good King Moogelmog song? So, what manner of creature is that? Wilhelmina, do my eyes deceive me, or was that a Moogle? It was my understanding they only dwelled within the Twelveswood. I certainly never expected to see them when in the churning mists. If the Moogle does live here, you may know where Racefelger makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creature completely. Okay, now let's go ahead and get our Aetheryte. And let's go find our Moogle. What time is it? An hour 23. I got about 36 minutes left. Well, we've got that done. I can see how many Aether Currents are in this area. Oh, it's a classic 5 quests and 10 regulars. Okay. Realms to the northeast. Bah, he's gone. We must widen our search. Okay, search of the designated locations. We got 3 designated locations to look. The nearby air appears warped. You sense a concealing magics are at work. There's no sign of the Moogle in the area. Concealing magics at work. Let's see what we have here. I have heard tales of these Moogles, but it's the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They are rather adorable, aren't they? What? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. Oomph. Okay, I'm not going to insult Poutine. Not to a group full of Canadians. I get kicked out. Okay. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Mayhaps 'twas simply one of these strange plants shifting in the breeze? And where is Alfie? I'm sure I glimpsed a Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Mountaintop diplomacy. Alphino seems convinced the Moogles hold the key to finding Racevelger. And we see what's-her-face. Confound it. Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Moogles, I am certain Racevelger would not elude us for long. Though the eye enables me to see and sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify Nidhogg's with any certainty. We could wander the mists for days, and not know if we were any closer to this brother. And those days we could not well afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces, then? Lady Sohl, may I ask you to question any dragons whom you judge it safe to approach? I shall try. Yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravanians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Alphino? I have not yet given up on the Moogles. Lamina, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Moogles' kin in the Twelveswood. After that business with Moogle Mog, I dare say they will be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, and hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Thank you, Estinian. Come then, let us make haste for Gridania and rendezvous at Nafika's altar. Ah, but I neglected to tell you. There is an aetheryte of ancient construction here which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. Going in. Okay, did we attune at the aetheryte here? Turning mist. Yes, we have. So I can get straight to Gridania. and back. Yes, you'll notice I did some selling off last night during my off time. You can see I'm up to, Jesus, over 1 million gil now. I sent word to the elder seeds here upon arriving in Gridania, and I am pleased to report that she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us to contract the 12wood Mughals, it is she. We are expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the conjurer stationed at its entrance? The elder seeds here awaits you. Pray follow me. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less a relief to see you safe and hale with mine own eyes. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder Seeds here, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Speak on, friend. I see. So you seek a means to contact the Mughals of the Churning Mists. Kupopo! Or Kupopopo! I say, Kupo! Greetings, Kuplokop. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Kane, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Mughals in the sky, Kupo. I will gladly tell you all I know, but though it amounts to precious little. We encountered a Mughal high in the clouds of Dervania, and hoped that you and your kin in the 12wood might agree to facilitate a meeting. Pray correct me if I'm mistaken, Kuplo, but there are legends, are there not, which speak of Mughals who dwelt beyond the clouds? Indeed there are, Kupo. Long, long ago, back when the world was still young. They say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course, that was before their masters took to bickering like spoiled children. Ah yes, the tale of good King Mughal the 12th. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape to the world below. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kuplo's ancestors hailed from the Churning Mists. Given how long his kin have resided in the 12wood, it's perfectly possible the details of their history have faded into myth. Indeed, Master Alphino. Such stories often contain a measure of truth. 'Tis like how the Mughals of the Churning Mist tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Oh, fleeing second nature to us. We often hide when the larger races come tromping through the forest. Of course, where there's one Mughal, there's bound to be more. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kuplo. Well, you will accompany us then. Just you try and stop me. I'll admit, the thought of venturing outside the 12wood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. If you will have me, I too will accompany you on this venture, and lend my voice to yours cause as an ambassador of Gridania. And all of her guard are scared shitless. My lady, are you quite certain? How oft has our nation turned to the signs of the seventh dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the warrior of light to risk her life to save our own? Full many times, I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus do I choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. And all of her guards are like, but. And she's like, is this not just? A most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seedseer. We would be honored by your presence. Now where is Alfie? Here you go, buddy. And what do you have for me? Pray return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as the Elder Seedseer's guide on the journey back to Sohl. It being a path I have already trodden, I do not expect any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seedseer's personal guard to escort us. Going up? Okay. Right, I forgot. Those are basically Choco Porters now. Well met, Warrior of Light. Nidhogg has not stirred, but he watches us, unblinking. The Elder Seedseer herself answers your call. Then there is naught to do but wait. They are here. Greetings, my friends. I am happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful, devoid as the road was of Dravanians. 'Twould seem the dragons have abandoned Sohl for the turning mists. Elder Seedseer, may I present to you Sir Estinian, Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. 'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estinian. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage. Friends, I feel it only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Mughals are all around us even as we speak, and I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune moment to introduce ourselves? This should serve. They're hiding, of course, but there are so many of them, Kupo. I am Kane Senna. My companions and I have braved the long road from the Twelveswood to share words with you. On this occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. Ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo. I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Moogle clan. Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Greetings. I am Kuplokop, ambassador of the 12 Sword Moogles. A Moogle from the world below? Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Kupo. My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here among the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well I can imagine your wariness. I am told that men have not walked here in near 1,000 years. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them to your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great worm Heavensward, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt man and dragon. An end to war, you say? I trust you, Kane Senna. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I'm afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. 'Twould be plain we did not hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 years. But not only because of that. We hid because we smelled dragon blood. These skies are the home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Heavensward, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we were worried that the presence of your blood-spattered warrior friends would attract the attention of the nastier kind and invite destruction to our happy home. Now, just a moment, Chieftain. Wilhelmina here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it's always been for a really good reason. Yes, because I wanted the experience. She's a champion of the 12 Sword Moogles, and I'll not hear her good name slandered. Now, Ambassador, let's not ruffle each other's fur. I shall, of course, take your testimony into consideration. If I may, Chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Might we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other? An excellent suggestion, Kupo. In the interest of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend the hospitality of Mogholm. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it shall be yours. I shall be watching, Kupo. Moglu, Moghan, Muddled Moogle. Waiting to find the one where we can, make our quest go away. Are you going to be up top? Where the crap are you? I'm gonna have to go looking for you, aren't I? Well, this is irritating. Supposed to speak to Moglin. Where the fuck is he? You ain't here. Oh, there, you just spawned in. Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? It must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Kuplo Cop called you again? Wilhelmina? Humph. Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin is taken, by the way, as are Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwen. These being the names of the 3 wise Moogles who administer the momentous challenges that I have devised to prove your worth. I call them the Trials of Trustworthiness. Undertake these trials and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. Item level 100 and... Oh, okay, and I could take a titanium Uchigatana. Isn't that basically what I have now? Yep, it's a... okay, so that means literally nothing to me. So now I have 3 quests to take on, but let me check something. Yeah, we have time to get one of them done. Hello. Yes, I am Moghan, the foremost alchemist in Mogholm, if you must know. If your tummy is gloopy or your wings are droopy, I have a potion to fix that. I would if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes, go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily plug 3 sprigs of cloud breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance to Eli Tome. It's not the safest of places, so don't let yourself get distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. Let's go get all 3 quests knocked out at the same time. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know, I'm the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you've ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. It isn't easy being this adorable. Well, I can barely stroll outside without those relentless Dravanians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as if they might gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madam, is to find these ardent archaeosaurs and slap some manners into them. Perhaps a firm smack about the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. You want me to smack people in the face for you? That I can do. What do you want? Mogwin's the name and art is my game. When it comes to a painting, there are none in Mogholm who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you've come. Chieftain Mogwin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness, and I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me. Instead, I charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Mogholm. This guy's an idiot. Mogwin is missing his masterpiece, Kupo. You mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I've not seen it recently. In fact, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. Maestro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece? Kupo? Oh, happy day! If I am the swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Kupo nuts just laying around to spend on such luxuries? A painted stone is there. Aww. I don't know much about his stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way to Sohl Summit for some time. Maybe he left it up there. What do you have for me, man? Well, what did you find out, Kupo? Yes. Now that you mention it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. The second part of your trial commences. Go, adventurer, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. $299 to the northeast. There's got to be a way over there. East. To the north. Okay, no Leroying off the edge. Okay, I've got one of 3 trials done. Let's work on the other two while I'm at it. Ow. Okay. 148 to the north. Let us keep going. I suspect that doing this place is going to absolutely suck. Northwest. Which means up a way I can't go. I have to come around to that one from the other side. Here's the cloud's breath we need. Okay. Searching for that last frig here. I'm hoping the game doesn't expect me to... It probably does. Shit. Probably want me to go climbing, don't you, game? Huh. It looks like getting 3 more kills at level is going to end up meaning that 2 and 20 here is going to get his 1500 and change free XP. Northwest, you say? No, we're ignoring you, ignoring the crap out of you. Southeast, the way we're going. Let's see here. And here's our current, it looks like. I'm not looking forward to doing this in the Sea of Clouds. Definitely not. Three of them. The next one is northwest, which means up here in that landlord colony that I've really not been wanting to go yet. Well, let's get our quests turned in, and then we're going to call it for the day. Let's see what this emptier of purses has. Item level 54 kit. Okay, not my problem. Do you have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe? Yeah, here's your rock. This is my work, is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madam. At last I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees? Wonderful! You're as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those lots from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and their bellies rumbling. The Dravanians of their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. I had to turn in Moggins. Did you have any trouble finding clouds, Beth? I do need it urgently, you know. And here's a whole bunch of it. Oh yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I'm your Moogle, Kupo. You have completed the trials of trustworthiness. Return to Chieftain Moglin and await his judgment. Mogret. Oh. Quest we shall do later today. Wilhelmina, if that is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by the taskmasters Moggin, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. Okay, we are going to call it for now. This has been a good ride. We got a good bit done. I'm happy for that. Granted, it would have taken a lot less if I didn't have to have waited for the Sohl dungeon, but hey, what can you do? Anyway, I'd like to thank y'all very much for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. This has been Harmony Muse. Thank you and have a good evening. I will be back later around 5:30, 6 o'clock with more Final Fantasy XIV.